Feeling like a rock star. Yeah, hopefully that doesn't get the whole video claimed. Anyway, if it does, hi, how's it going? This is Death by a Million Cuts. My name's Chris. Start calling up from the mosh pit. Otto is back and dropped some new music. I'm excited, and we're just gonna check out Rockstar. Nothing else to be said. Mm. Ooh, nice solid rock track. Ooh. Whoa. Is this just gonna be like this? Like just lyrical on the screen? Huh, I wonder who this is. Unless that is Otto. Ugh. Okay, yeah, this is Otto, obviously. Hey. Ooh, okay. So yeah, there's a lot going on here. I kind of wanted to just see what her thought process was with the verse itself up to that point. Yeah, there's a lot of similarities that I could see her talking about with, you know, trying to do something regardless of people criticizing you for it, and then you get people like Demon Dice who've done the same thing for a long time, and they've spoken very highly or very, very much about how you're going to lose out. If you're truly pursuing something like this, you're going to lose time that you could spend with other people. You could miss out on things that can happen because you're trying to get to this other point that demands so much of your time. It's one of the reasons why I never suggest to anyone to just drop everything and try being a musician. Sure, you see some people that works out for, but there's plenty of people that it doesn't work out for as well. For every positive, even social media story you see, there's someone who tries and fails it, because sometimes it's just the luck of the draw. It's not even all about hard work. So that being said, though, obviously she's a cut above the rest and she can do it. It's just that whole idea of being honest with, like, yeah, there's a lot of things that I had to sacrifice in order to get here. I feel like that sentiment kind of takes away from some audience members being able to feel a connection to the artist. Ergo, people hating on Demon Dice when she literally just says her life experience. And she's like, yeah, this is how it sucks sometimes and it's lonely. And people are like, well, you're just complaining. It's like, well, no, that's not how that goes at all. If you actually tried what is being prescribed here, you'd be in the same position if you were honest. You'd have to have those conversations with yourself. So ooh. Okay, so really like the art style. I like how obviously the past person is accepting what has been told to them by the future. The person who is covered in blood, literally, just the blood, sweat, and tears that it took for them to get to where they're at. I could still imagine, even though I said, like, for Otto, she was a cut above the rest, I'm not going to sit here and act like it was a cakewalk. I know how crazy Japanese music and the music industry can be. I'm no stranger to that. So I'm not going to act like it was a cakewalk. I'm sure she worked just as hard as everybody else. It's just that idea of, oh, I don't think I played enough. Maybe I'll just keep dreaming. There's a lot of us that get stuck in that. I think it was one of the reasons why I never really tried to make music until I was a lot older, because I've just had this contention of I'm not going to jump for something unless I know that there's some sort of platform there on the other side. Maybe I'll have to finesse a landing a little bit, but I'm not just going to go, yep, let's just go for it. I don't know. Because that immediately makes me hold back, and I know that I'm not going to perform well if I do that. So that's where I'm like, okay, let's kind of at least try planning a little bit more. But for her, it worked out. And I like how that guitar is kind of its own entity, showing it's not just an instrument, it is literally the thing that changed your life. So I'm curious if this is, because this might have come out before the album came out. I know she was doing a lot of stuff saying like, hey, it's this many days until the album drops, this many days, da-da-da-da-da. I wonder if that is what is being emphasized here, that hey, we're counting it down. We're down to the last couple months. Like that. That's really cool. Nope. They never will. There you go. There you go. And that's the difference. I've said it a trillion times, and I'll say it a trillion more. I hate most everybody who is a critic in the music space because they don't understand what art is. They will argue that an artist is not good if they fell off, didn't meet first week sales, all of that garbage. That doesn't matter to artists. Not a single thing about that matters. And if you are an artist, you'd understand that. Sure, we want to get successful. We want our numbers to go up. We want all those accolades. But when we started our music journey, we didn't have any of that. But we put blood, sweat, and tears into what we did. Why? Because we care about what we do first and foremost. So in saying, yeah, okay, these people won't quit. They'll keep forcing me to just keep playing on and on and on as I cover myself in blood. But the only thing that I need is you and me. We can make this work. That's the perspective. That's what a true artist does. Where if there's no one to hear your music, you're still going to play it. Doesn't matter. Truly. Yeah. And as they were kind of saying too, like working hard to make sure everything's perfect, I think there's that other side of it as well. Something that I've fallen victim to until just recently. Now that I'm going to be putting out an EP. I probably tried repurposing the instrumentals a dozen times at least, and then rewrote some of those songs a few more times, only to realize that I still saved my vocal files for those songs, and I still had everything saved. So then I just turned around and I'm like, I'm just going to put those out. And then I have a story and characters for this EP. I turned around and thought, okay, well, what am I going to do next? I need a new character. I need a new story. And I tried a few things, and then I fell back. And then I tried a few more things, and it fell apart. And then I came back to the story that I already made, and I'm like, what, you have something right here. Why don't you just build off of that? Why do you have to keep going for the next thing? And it's this feeling that a lot of artists have where we just want to get the next thing. We want to push ourselves. We want to come up with something incredible. And I think while that's great to have, I think there's also some sides too where, you know, you don't have to think about what other people say. It's just you and what you want to do with your music. Because I've always worried, am I doing enough? I'm 34 years old. I don't have a number one hit song yet. Have I fallen off? No, is the answer. But depending on what type of A&R agents you talk to on Twitter, absolutely. I'm past my prime. Put me out to pasture. Shoot me in the head like Old Yeller. Just saying. That's what some people want. Nice star necklace. She's got beefy shoulders. Huh. Ooh. Nice hair. Look at that outfit. That's cool. Is that a bullet wound in her shoulder? Ooh. So she had the transformation. She's a different person. She's in presumably a stage outfit, something like that. Um, but this whole time we've seen Graves, and we talked about putting yourself aside to pursue what you want to do. Yet she, okay, so I thought she fell into a grave, like it killed her, metaphorically speaking, in Minecraft, Joanna. Um, yeah, so kneeling before, like, hey, this is the side of me that I had to put to death. Those lonely nights, that part of me that just didn't really want to try, that had to go. We have to do what we have to do. That's crazy. And let's see what we got here. If it says, okay, yeah, it just has the credits and everything. Incredible song, though. That's awesome. But I want to know your guys' thoughts. Tell me in the comments. Obviously, link to this can be in the description. Go support Addo. And that's all I got to say about that. Thanks for watching.